Hey random YouTubers and my subscribers, it's Toymaster83 here. Today I just wanted to throw out a video of the Spider-Man trilogy toy line, Spider-Man series, basically released after all three movies had come out. So this is Venom. He's from the third movie, of course. And I just want to show you guys my custom paint job on him. Did nothing too major, just enough to spice him up and bring him back to the Venom that I had been accustomed to in the comic books. Okay, so before I go through this figure, we'll just with what I've done, with what I've changed, what I've done to this figure. I'll talk about what it was like before. I haven't taken a video of it, and I'll just have to describe it. Okay, in his mouth, this sort of section here, where it opens up on the side of his face, that was all pink. His tongue was completely pink. His teeth were this sort of bone-coloured paint, and his eyes were silver. On his wrist here, where you can see that white, that was all the same colour as all this other web here, was just this silver. And the spider on the front and the back, they were both silver, sort of a grey, and I wasn't happy with it. So as you can see, I've painted them. Alrighty, yeah, so what I've really done, painted those two spiders, added detail to his face, painted those eyes white instead of that crappy silver that was there, and you can see hopefully the detail I've done on the side of his face. If you look on the, I'm not going to point to it, but if you look on the underside of the tongue, that pink, okay, all of that there was pink, and I've added blood red to that, and you can see the detail I've added to the tongue there as well. Same on that side, you know, it's all cleaned up and a lot more detail added to it. I actually added skull white to his teeth. These paints were just from the Citadel miniatures, so anyone can do it. Fine paintbrush and Citadel miniatures paints, if you're familiar with the Warhammer miniatures. His eyes, yeah, I've done those white as well. This is a pretty up close and personal view of Venom, which you really need to see. Alright, here's that white spider. It definitely needed to be white. Venom needs a white spider. I'm sorry. I really like this figure now. It is a lot better than what it used to be. And even on the hands, it's not exactly what he used to have, or what he had in the comic books, but you can just tell I've made some sort of effort to put those white web patches on the tops of his hands. It looked better than leaving them the way they were. Yeah, prior to painting him, he looked pretty plain and featureless, and I was not happy with him at all, and to be honest, he was one of my least favourite figures. But now I've found painting, even without all the detail in the mouth, just the eyes, the spiders on his front and back, and those little web patches on the tops of his hands, they just contrast to the black, so it stands out more, which I'm really happy with. Other than that, there's not a whole lot extra to report on this figure. I could go into the detail. I'll go into it a little bit, just on the articulation. He's got ball joints in most places. He's got movable wrists. Okay, his wrists move up and down. His head is his head's on a ball joint. His feet look a little funny. I don't know, mainly because you can just see that ball really clearly. They're a little bit loose, so he's sometimes a little bit hard to pose, but it's not a problem generally. He doesn't twist at the waist, he twists at the upper torso, and he's got ball jointed hips, and his legs don't pronate apart from at the hips. They don't pronate in the lower part of the lower limb, and neither do the forearms, but with the ball jointed shoulder you get all the movement that you really want out of it. This is a little bit different to my other reviews because I mainly want to tell you guys about the custom paint job, but I'll still rate him. Before I did the custom paint job, maybe 3 out of 5. Now I'll definitely give him 4 out of 5. Those feet though, look at that. That's probably the thing that shits me the most. Those feet just look weird. If he had better feet, I'd give him 4.5, but that's a 4 for you, Venom. This guy's actually a really awesome figure, once custom painted. If you're not into custom painting, I probably wouldn't get him. And if you're not good at it and you try to custom paint him, it might make him look even worse. So on that basis, if you don't know how to paint, don't get him. Wait for a figure that's got more detail, or at least a white spider. I can't stand that shitty grey spider, and a lack of detail on the face. Silver eyes, no, and a grey spider on back and front, no, and a pink tongue and pink mouth. It's too pink. No, they needed to be red, or at least for the tongue have red highlights on it just to sort of deepen it. Doesn't look aggressive enough with pink. So yeah, want to give a shout out to the guys at tfwire.com. Been listening to your podcasts like episode upon episode upon episode today while I've been custom painting some of my figures, including Iron Man Mark III, the Hulk from the Incredible Hulk toy line series that has come out to coincide with the movie. It's the same figure actually that I reviewed in one of my other videos. No major changes but highlights. Also custom painted the Green Goblin with some highlights, especially to his pumpkin bombs that look tons better, and his mask looks awesome too. So I've been custom painting those guys while listening to tfwire.com. You guys rule. To all my subscribers, I really appreciate your comments, so keep them coming. I love the discussion, it's really good. And I find it stimulating, it keeps me going. I get home from work and read all my comments and comment back if necessary. Anyone else that... There's lots of guys, you all know who you are, we talk all the time. So until my next review, I'll talk to you guys soon. Keep collecting, and guys, if you have a spare $20, go and get a deluxe Transformer figure. Get one that you don't have. I've just this afternoon I've been on BigBadToyStore.com and I've been looking at all the deluxe figures that I don't have. I have a lot of figures here, but there's still a lot I don't have, and that's just in the movie line. So yes, that is my tip for the day. If you have a spare $20, go and buy a deluxe figure that you don't have, and with the change, put it towards another deluxe figure at another time. Until then guys, have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon. See you later.